Welcome to episode 4 of Entrepreneurs S.O.S. with your hosts Monique Mull and Sandy Colley. And today we're going to talk about our top 4 automation and marketing tools that are all in one. And let's kick it off with the first one, or maybe we should talk a little bit about what it is. What is an all-in-one marketing and automation tool?
I think a lot of people don't even understand what that means. I agree. So if you're on here and you're new and you don't understand, don't feel bad. I actually didn't know what an all-in-one was until I actually learned more about affiliate marketing. So an all-in-one tool is a kind of tool that you can use to market and automate your email sequences. So you can have a website there. You can have landing pages where someone will go when they click on it. When you want to offer a free resource to someone, they have to go somewhere, and that's called a landing page. And then you take them from the landing page into the email with their free resource. And there are programs out there that do all of this for you in one place versus for a long time, we had to piecemeal it. So it was paying you guys. Like, you have no idea. For those of you that are OG in the marketing world, you all know how horrible that was.
And they didn't integrate right. And then
will this one work with this one? And it was horrible, you guys. So if you are brand new in your business or to marketing, you are so lucky that in the last, I would say probably 5 years or so, all-in-ones have really blossomed because people need simplicity. We were all over the map. So that's what an all-in-one is. There's a lot of them on the market. I've looked at a ton of them. I've actually done pieces where I've pieced things together thinking I could have a better than all-in-one. And at the end of the day, it always came back to me wanting to deal with an all-in-one because I'm busy and I don't want to have to figure out a million different programs.
And they don't always talk to each other. So then you need a plugin for this and that, and you need a this and that. So not all programs that you have, if you get them individually, talk to each other. So the all-in-ones are perfect. And
don't even get me, Sandy, don't even get me started on Zapiers. Oh my God. That's
Zaps,
like a nightmare.
Yep. The whole Zaps. I know, right?
No.
It's a great tool, but there's easier ways to do this. And all-in-ones may still require Zaps to a degree, and that's a whole nother subject. But for those of you starting or not really that familiar with things, there are many. I mean, I would dare to say hundreds out there. I think the most popular, the most spoken about one, or one of the most spoken about ones, is Kajabi. Kajabi is actually a really great platform. I've worked in it. It has a lot that you can do with it. For a lot of business, it's actually overkill. It has your marketing, it has your funnels, it has your landing page, it has your website, it has your email, but there's always limitations to everything, right? So I personally don't like their email automation as much. It can be kind of glitchy. Again, I don't think any of them are 100% perfect, but I don't really care for that. They also have a built-in podcast piece that I do not like at all. It doesn't really work that well. What I do like is it is pretty simple to use. It's not super simple, but it is pretty simple to use. And the pricing can be a little high depending on how many products you have. So again, nothing's perfect. I really don't believe anything is perfect. It is a good platform. It is not my first of choice by any stretch of the imagination. And I know, Monique, you have a lot of experience with them, right?
Yeah. So, talking about pricing, I think that's one of the reasons I stayed away from Kajabi, because I was like, wow, it's a lot of dinero every month. And I don't necessarily need that big of a machine. So I started to look at all-in-ones, and I was, I'm a little bit cheapy. I'm a little bit of a cheapskate. And I always like to look for things that are going to be on a budget for people, because I think a lot of people that are starting out new need things that are priced or free. And so again, when I was I was looking at how I was doing high ticket affiliate. So many of these affiliates loved System.io. If you're not familiar with it, you can check our links. We'll have all of these linked in the show notes for you guys to take a look at. But so one of the things I love about System is it's great for your email funnels and your email automation, as well as it's really easy to set up like a blog or a landing page. So landing page, email funnels, and blogs. And I like their automation. It's very simple to use. It's not fancy. They have a fancy version. I always just use the text. It's not complicated though. And one of the things that's great about it is if you're just starting out and you necessarily don't need a lot. Like maybe you need one funnel, you need one web page, and you have one domain, and you don't have any money. They have a free version, and it will be free forever. So it is an amazing. And then the next tier is like $27. So I think the highest tier they have is 99. And the one thing I will say about it though, when we were looking at platforms, what I didn't like about it was if you're going to do courses, this is not the best platform. It to me, it's really great for affiliate marketers or coaches who do one-to-one. It's okay in the course section. It's not fancy. So if you want a fancier version, then this is probably not your best course product. But if you just want something that's going to be really tried and true, inexpensive for email funneling, for a blog page, and for your follow-up email automation, I highly suggest you check out system.io. It's a great, and I will say this again as well, the support is phenomenal. They not only have a Facebook group, but when you email them, they get back to you right away, and they really are there to help you. So it's a great product.
That's awesome. And so the third one that we want to talk about is Groove. And Groove is an all-in-one. It came out a few years ago, and at the time it was in beta. You had the option at the time to buy it for the lifetime. So I actually don't even know what it costs per month, to be honest with you, because I bought the lifetime.
Well, it is free. It starts out there as a free version.
There is a free version, exactly. But depending, and again, there's, different tiers to different what you want to do. So I bought the lifetime version, and initially it was horrible. But they've added. There's pros and cons, like with everything. What I really, really like about it is, and I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard this from many people, is that the video is to be state of the art. For the courses, it's good. I have an easy time. And I think it may also be, I haven't had many problems with it. And this is another thing we can talk about down the road, actually, Monique, is Monique's a PC gal. I'm an Apple gal. There's glitches with everything, but it works really well for me. What I do love about it is, like System, is the customer service. You email them, they actually do looms, which like little video tutorials to explain to you. It's usually within 24 hours max. They also have a great Facebook group. So the support is really, really there. You can do courses, you can do memberships. It has a built-in cart. You can do shops. So it has a lot of the things that Kajabi has. And I personally really like it. Again, some things work better than others. I don't think the funnels are that great. Like Monique said, the funnels, and that's what I've heard of, is in System. The funnels are amazing. So again, depending on what you want, there are things that, you may want to try a few, because most of them do have a free version, even if it's small, long-term, or a trial. And now here's our number 4.
I am so excited about number 4. I am so freaking excited about this new platform we were just introduced to. So this is relatively new to the all-in-one world. I think you said it was 2 years old, right?
That's what I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a platform called Zenler or New Zenler. And again, check our show notes. We're going to have all these linked for you guys to easily find. So New Zenler is an all-in-one that I think it's not super involved. So you're not going to get the best templates. You're not going to get all these exciting things, but it's so simple to use. And it gives you pretty much everything you need. That's very easy to use. It's going to be very user friendly. They give you step by step. They also give you metrics. The way they give you metrics is really easy to look at. A lot of times you got to go look at reports. They literally show you what's bounced in your emails, who's opened. You can set up triggers. You can do websites and blogs. And the course, they're really known for courses. So this is going to be a really great platform for people who are not techie, who want to learn. And it's also not going to break the bank. I think it's $67 for the month, and that includes a lot. It's going to probably be more than most people need in their business, and it's going to give you all the tools. And like I said, when I say it's user friendly, so I don't love Groove. I'm going to be 100 transparent. It's not my favorite one because I had more issues on the PC than Sandy has on her Mac. So I went and it was a learning curve. And so there's always a learning curve on platforms. I did our initial marketing funnels in Groove, and it took me like 3 days to do, guys. I was like going to pull my hair out. And I was like, what is going on here? And I'm pretty techie when it comes to these. I can whip them out pretty fast. I literally created the 2-page funnel in about an hour of time. And that was really just playing with it as well. It's so, so easy to do. And it's going to be something that I think is going to be oncoming and going to get more and more attention in the next few years as they build it out, because it's still sort of in beta.
I know.
So one of the things that we could talk about, Sandy, and we're just kind of learning this platform, is it has something that's really cool. That's communities.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the biggest selling point for coaches, especially, or people that have a community of people. You can have a community on the platform for all of your students if you're doing a
Which
course.
which Kajabi has now integrated too. They
Oh,
bought Vibely, and that's going to
interesting.
be a game changer. So they have communities as well now too. Again, depending on what you're looking for. But with New Zenler, and that piece still is in beta. I do know the communities, but what we've seen so far is that they're, really growing and really changing, and their customer service is great too, because I've reached out to them, and again, excellent customer service. Also, what I did fail to mention earlier is that all of the platforms do have affiliate programs attached to them. So
Yeah.
if you refer them, which is great, Kajabi does, Groove does, System does, as well as New Zenler. So that's another great feature that all of them have.
You know what I think is really interesting, going back to the communities thing, is that these platforms are now having an inclusive community versus people
Hmm.
using like Facebook groups. And you guys, I think the reason is because a lot of people aren't on Facebook anymore. Us old
Hmm.
ladies are still on Facebook, but people are leaving Facebook and
Yeah,
they're going to TikTok, or they're going to Instagram, or they're going to Be Real. And so they're going to different platforms, and they're not necessarily, there's no group forums on a lot of those platforms. And so to have a group community for your own people, I think is going to be a game changer. There's a lot of ways
absolutely.
that you can build more relationship with them. And I think we're going to see more and more of that start happening on these all-in-ones, because people want a place to have a community for their people, and not necessarily want to have to use a Facebook group, because not everybody's using it.
Exactly. And what I like too about what I've seen on New Zenler, and I know Kajabi is going to do it too with Vibely, is that if you have multiple courses or memberships, you can do it like in a Facebook group. You can have different communities within the community. So I think that is super exciting. So I'm really looking forward to digging more into the New Zenler platform too, because yeah, it's just great. And so those are the top four. Of course, there are many others out there. I mean, there's Kartra, and there's Teachable, and there's
And
Think.
there's Click Funnels.
And there's Click. And some are, and again, Udemy, and I mean, so many. It really just depends. Well, Udemy and Thinkific are more for courses, but Ultra is another one that I know a lot of people use. It is very expensive, in my opinion, but it also has a lot. And I think it has a lot that not everybody need. Like, we don't need everything, right?
Yeah, I think it's really built more for
Mhm.
I can't say that word, bigger businesses. Let's just say that. If you have a big business, there's a lot of things
Yes.
on Kartra to utilize. It's a great platform. I've actually
Hmm.
played with it, but it is very pricey. If you're on a shoestring budget, it's probably not going to be one that you want to look at. But if you have a bigger business and you need a more robust platform, that may be one that you want to check out. It is a great platform, but it is not very cheap.
So
And
that
how
being
do you feel about the ClickFunnels 2.0? I just got to throw that in there because, there's been a lot of buzz about the 2.0. And to me, it looks like an all in one, like many of these other platforms.
It's expensive though. I
It
think it's quite
is.
expensive. And I mean, it's great. I mean, obviously ClickFunnels, Russell Bronson is great. He has a great content out there. I personally think it's very expensive,
Uh,
especially if you're starting out. And again, everything has its pros and cons. I don't think anything is perfect out there. You do have to look and see what it is that you want, what's important for you, and then make a decision from there. But out of the four that we mentioned, they all have their pros. But I think the big winner for us right now, it's New Zenler.
yep. It's our
Stay
front runner.
tuned.
Our front runner.
So we'll be putting all these links in the show notes, as Monique mentioned, and you can follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on TikTok, you can follow us on Facebook. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you liked it, as well as our podcast. And we're looking forward to seeing you in episode 5. Everybody, enjoy your day.